Hello there, Libra. How are you doing? This is Raina. This is your mid-August 2021 General Tarot update. Just shuffling these cards. Want to make sure that I get different cards so it's not so repetitive. Oh, perfect for Libra. Perfect for Libra. Okay. So you got 3 major arcana cards. The heart of the matter is the... Oh, sorry, it's so shaky. I'm touching it. Is the heart of the matter... It's like my hands are shaking. I don't know. Feels like my hands are shaking. The Empress card is connected to your sign because it is a card connected to Venus. So Libra and Taurus, the Earth Mother type of archetype, the Divine Feminine, and the card of motherhood, of creativity, of love. I mean, in general, it can be of love. And in the past position, I have here the Ten of Cups. This is a card of marriage and a card of, the family in harmonious connection to one another, happily ever after, and things like that. Now, we have the Justice card next to that. This is another card that's associated with your sign. And we have the scales. I'm sure you know all about the connection between the Justice card and your sign. And the sword, maybe the sword of truth. So this is the higher message. So based on those 3 cards, I'm just going to say, because this is a general reading, we can't be silly about this and assume it's going to affect everyone. But I would say this idea, this concept of love that maybe at one time was good and it had some it had a positive influence on your life. A child may have resulted from it, but perhaps now with the Justice card, it's about the law stepping in. Maybe you're getting divorced. But the point is that you may be doing this to protect your child or children as the nurturing person. Perhaps you got married because you were pregnant or because you wanted a child, but you didn't stop to think about what it was going to mean to be in a relationship with somebody that you didn't love. Now, it's very difficult. I probably shouldn't say something like that because the Ten of Cups is in the upright position and it seems to be something that was real at one time. So if there's love that has been lost, at one time it might have been legitimate. But times change and people change, don't they? And the Justice card is about fairness and balance. And it may be that you loved someone that didn't love you, and you got caught up in the wedding plans and the ceremony itself, or maybe you wanted it to be happily ever after, but it simply wasn't meant to be because of other factors. We can look at this card maybe as giving more information. 3 of Pentacles. This is a card of this is the Architect's card. So building firm foundations is the key to a serious relationship that actually functions as it should. And perhaps you got involved with someone, you got carried away, and you got involved with them very suddenly, and you didn't really have a sense of realism for this union. It was kind of like a fairy tale. And maybe it looked that way on the surface, but it really wasn't inside. And you know what? The message that came into my mind when I was staring at that top row, Libra, is that you have love to give. That was what came into my mind. You have love to give, but you have to. You're not supposed to throw pearls in front of swine. You're supposed to covet or actually care for yourself, protect your energy, make sure that you are investing of yourself with people, with a person who appreciates it. And maybe that wasn't what was happening. And maybe it was a one-way street in a certain sense, or it was just doing things too quickly and too carelessly. And for some, a child even resulted. What is coming in is the Knight of Swords. This is you, if you are involved in a relationship with such a person. This can be a lawyer, by the way, so this goes along with the theme of the Justice card. But this can be an aspect of you that is done with the artifice, with the fake agreeability, which you may have done in order to keep the peace, or you thought you had to keep the peace. The Knight of Swords can be someone who is very brash, but I think of even someone who has felt muzzled, is finally free to speak their mind. But it could be that they are giving themselves permission, that it was never about anyone else, that you may have fell into line. And that's why what happened, because you did not believe in your own sovereignty. Or even if you did believe that you had the right to do certain things, you were afraid of making waves. The outcome is the Hierophant card. It's interesting about this card. One possible interpretation, by the way, this is associated with Taurus, but I associate it with Sag, so there you go. Because it's a religious figure. One thing about this person is that it represents established ways of conducting oneself. This represents tradition. And this can be if you have come from a background, let's say you are getting divorced, and you feel this sense of like you're betraying something that was part of your upbringing, your conditioning that is related to religion, that you are going against the grain. Now, this is in the upright position, so it's suggesting conformity, I guess. I mean, that's how I see it. I'm going to pick an additional card because I don't feel that that really explains some of these other cards. The other thing, too, is that this can be falling back on your spirituality at a time when you may feel like you have lost a relationship that is very important, and that is giving you peace. So I picked an additional card. We have the Four of Cups. When you know, you know. When you know that something, when you know that you're just not feeling it. You know it. Something may have started out promising, but you fell out of love. You became disillusioned by another person, and it feels like it's time to move on. Another thing, the Empress can be money, prosperity, but it's also about creativity. So maybe you have been trying to conform to the world's expectations of what it is that you're supposed to be doing in life to, earn your keep, or whatever you want to call it. And a lot of Libras have artistic sensibilities. So perhaps that's something that you're more aligned with, and you have been kind of vacillating, going back and forth in what is the right thing to do. But what you can do with the Four of Cups, it's about trusting your gut. How does something make me feel? If something, and it can be anything, it can be a food. Does this food make me feel energized, or does it make me feel dull? Does this person make me feel positive, or do I feel, after I've spent time with this person, do I feel kind of this sense of negative vibes coming from them? And I don't like the way that I feel when I've dealt with them. So just really paying attention to feelings. Cups are related to feelings. Can be helpful in navigating your reality at this time, Libra. Okay, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you'd like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.